Hello? Your Health is Calling, where holistic health meets practical solutions for your well-being. With your host, speaker, New York Times bestselling author, Sue Kostick, a seasoned holistic health practitioner and longevity coach. Join Sue each week to embark on a journey to uncover the root causes of your health concerns. Through a personalized approach, learn how to decode the messages your body is sending and craft natural protocols to address them. Call in live at 888-994-4995 Studio A.
Good morning. Welcome to Hello, Your Health is Calling. I'm Sue Kostick. I am an integrative health practitioner. And what that means is we get to the root cause of what is going on, whatever symptoms you may be having, whether it be a symptom or you just want to work on your longevity. We always get to the root cause of anything that's going on so that we can get rid of the symptom forever and that you can live a long, healthy life. And it's through functional lab testing. It's through a lot of just digging into what's going on. And so today we are going to talk about spring cleaning. It is the spring. I know a lot of us are digging through old stuff and getting rid of stuff that just doesn't belong anymore, maybe putting in some new things into our decor. But spring cleaning always occurs right around April, and so I wanted to just kind of tie in spring cleaning of our body. So, we talk about getting rid of the old and adding the new, and when we think about our bodies as our house, because it's where we live, right? And we only get one house. So why not think of spring cleaning as something that we do once a year, twice a year even, just to get rid of the things that are bogging us down and that we don't need anymore that we never should have had in the first place. But, we are against the 8 ball when it comes to toxicity and overflowing our rain barrel, if you will. In previous podcasts, I talk a lot about toxicity and how when our toxic load is too much, if you can envision a rain barrel, and once it's full, it starts to overflow. So our bodies are pretty much that proverbial rain barrel, and when it just gets too much in it, all those toxins are going to overflow. So we're going to talk about spring cleaning our bodies and detoxing our bodies. And first, before we talk about solutions, we're going to have to talk about what we're going to be getting rid of. And so let's meet the toxins, first of all. And so we have toxins everywhere. There is over 100,000 man-made chemicals in our environment, in our food, in our water, in our skincare, and only about 10,000 of those have actually been approved for human consumption. So we are definitely consuming toxins that are not good for us. And when we get too many of there, we've got air pollution, we have pesticides that we're spraying all over our food. Actually, we have food and in our food and water. Water is one of the biggest things that I really try to encourage people to do a filtration system and make sure that they've got filtered water at their disposal. And our skincare products, and this is not just for women, men use a lot of skincare things now, and even the shampoos and soaps that they're using on their skin. So we all, male, female, it doesn't matter, we're putting a bunch of toxins on our skin. And it should be noted that our skin is not a barrier. Our skin is a sponge. So what we're putting on our skin is literally absorbed almost immediately. Our household cleaning, we clean our house, we spring clean our house. So when you're spring cleaning your house and you're getting out those really highly toxic chemical filled cleaning products, take a look at some of those labels and maybe, take a thought about what you're actually cleaning your home with. And are you adding more toxicity to your home versus, you think you're, getting rid of all the bacteria and stuff. Those of you who do dry cleaning of your clothes, dry cleaning is a chemical process. So you're adding chemicals to your clothes and then you're putting them on your skin. And again, remember, your skin is not a barrier, so it's coming in. So the toxins are around us. We're not going to escape them. Let's just kind of dive into a few that are something that everybody can pretty much relate to. So let's go into skincare and beauty products. And the list is long and it's hard and it's, a lot of these things you just can't even pronounce. So our skincare and our beauty products are full. In fact, the average woman puts over 170 chemicals on their skin on a daily basis. And that's between toothpaste, shampoo, soap, lotions, makeup, everything. So if you take a look at this list, it's pretty huge. And I'm not saying that every product has all of these in them, but these are what we're finding in skincare and beauty products that are the highest level of toxicity for you. So, like I said, all of these are not in any product, but guaranteed that there are at least 10 of these in many of the products that you're using today. And if you'd like a detailed list of this, please send me an email to support@helloyourhealthiscalling.com and I can get you this list. You can actually, keep it in your purse if you want while you're shopping. Excuse me. So our cleaning and our household products is another big offender. Sorry. And so we're going to move on to cleaning and household. And the list again is very long. And you might notice some overflow with some of these cleaning products we actually are finding into our beauty and skincare products. But again, the list is long. It's not saying that every single one of these are in the products, but these are the most toxic. And as you're cleaning, you're inhaling. So again, inhaling something, you're getting it directly into your lungs. And so it's, they're kept there. All of these toxins that you're inhaling are in your lungs. And so your body has to work super hard to identify it, move it out. But these are some things that, you can find cleaning products. And, it's out there. They do the same thing. There's a lot of things that are naturally occurring in nature that do exactly the same thing as these chemicals do. So again, these lists, I can send them to you if you want them, but these are the things to look for in your cleaning products. And for the most part, you're going to see probably between 10 and 15 items in cleaning products. So it's really good to know what you're cleaning with. And so our food is another thing that we are finding that is so super toxic. And our food is something that if you're eating an ultra processed diet, we know that we are putting a lot of genetically modified things into our bodies. And we're going to move on to the food slide, please. And our foods, we're not getting what we need, especially if you are, buying conventional fruits and vegetables. You're getting a lot of pesticides. You are getting a lot of things that they're spraying on food now to preserve them, to make them have a longer shelf life in your produce section in the grocery store. So we want to watch out for a lot of those things. And there is on the ewg.org website is the Clean 15 and Dirty Dozen. They update that every single year. And if you'd like it, I can also send it to you, support@helloyourhealthiscalling.com. And it reviews the fruits and vegetables that are okay to buy conventionally, or the ones, the Dirty Dozen, those are the ones that you either don't buy or you buy organic, because those are the ones that are going to be the best for you. And so also considering our food, it's how we're cooking them, right? So it's not just the food itself, it's, what we're cooking them in. Is your cookware seeping into your food? So aluminum foil, I know I grew up with my mom barbecuing things on aluminum foil, heating things up in the oven in aluminum foil. Even I would say before I started this health journey of my own, I was lining my baking pans with aluminum oil and aluminum oil, aluminum foil, and baking chicken and fish and vegetables and stuff on them. And what's happening is the heat, it breaks it down, and the aluminum is actually getting into your food. So if there is one thing you take away from the food part of this, please, please, please stop using aluminum foil for cooking. Teflon, any non-stick coating is going to erode and it's going to seep into your food. So we, in my practice, I do functional lab testing, and heavy metals is one of the tests that we do. It's actually a hair test. And we're finding so much aluminum, mercury, arsenic, and a lot of these heavy metals are coming from the coatings from your pans that you're cooking in. So if it's, you can go to, let's just say you're going into Costco and you're looking at all the pans that they have. You can read on the boxes and it will actually say aluminum coating. It will tell you exactly what that pan is made of. Your best options are going to be copper, cast iron, stainless steel, and glass. Cast iron is actually my favorite because it's just one of those that those were the first pans that we were using way back in the day. And it's just one of those things, you just add a little butter to your pan and you can cook anything on it. And it's not going to erode into it. Copper is a great one. Stainless steel is another good one. And I know a lot of people say, well, it sticks. But there is a trick. And there is something, there's an effect that is caused. So when you heat up your stainless steel pan, you want to heat it on a medium to medium high heat with nothing in it. No spray, no butter, no anything. You just want to heat it up. Now, do that for about 3 to 4 minutes, not even that long. And just like kind of splash some water in it. Now, if it fizzles, it's not ready. If it beads and the beads just kind of move around, then it's ready to cook. You don't even have to put anything in the pan. This is what is created by stainless. It's this effect. Now, once you figure out that it's ready to cook, you can just throw a little bit of butter on it, your whatever olive oil. Do not use vegetable oil. That is not good for you. If you're using a spray, use a non-aerosol avocado oil spray. But that's the trick about stainless. And it actually took me a while to learn that trick. But so, in our food also, we've got the additives, we've got the preservatives, and what I was talking about earlier, the super ultra processed foods, even not super ultra, even just processed foods. If something has more than 4 or 5 ingredients, you honestly don't want it. And if it has ingredients that look like a science term, you pretty much don't want that either unless you can identify it as something safe. The FDA has created a loophole for food manufacturers, and it's called GRAs. And what that means is it's generally regarded as safe. So it's not even something that's been tested. It's just, every manufacturer has their own set of scientists and approvers, if you will. And they've come along and said, okay, this is generally regarded as safe. Well, I don't know about you, but I want something that is completely regarded as safe, not generally. So you have to, kind of educate yourself on what those GRAs are. So you don't want synthetic vitamins. Something that's vitamin enriched. Doesn't that sound great? Like, oh yeah, I'm getting vitamins. But these vitamins are synthetically made. They are made in a lab. They're typically made from um, genetically modified things, usually corn. Corn is a highly genetically modified crop. And so when you see something that's been enriched, you pretty much want to stay away from it unless you are convinced that the vitamins come from a natural, made from the earth source. And again, these plant-based meats, I know that a lot of people are trying to be healthy, and we've been led down the dark garden path of, plant-based this, plant-based that. But in order to get something made from a plant to become something made to taste like meat, it's got to go through a huge process. And if you take a look at the label on these things, it's typically very long and it's typically full of bad things for you. So if you're going to eat meat, eat meat. If you're going to eat a plant, eat a plant. And, even a lot of our plant-based beverages, so oat milk, almond milk, all the nuts, you want to make sure they're organic, because if they're not, they are full of things that are going to cause a lot of digestive distress. Especially the oat milk, because oats are a huge genetically modified crop, and they are also highly sprayed. So they're genetically modified to withstand the effects of the pesticides. So you want to stay away from those. So again, anything plant-based, you want to make sure it's organic. The gums emulsifiers, those are going to cause a lot of distress to your digestive system. So you want to make sure that if you see like the soy lecithin or sunflower lecithin, that's an emulsifier, and that's what makes things thick. Don't just go ahead and shake the bottle vigorously, and that will get everything mixed up. So, our food storage is another thing, and I know I'm doing a lot on food right now, but we have to eat, right? Food storage is going to be another thing that I want you to take a good look at as far as toxicity goes, because plastic wrap is what we're storing things in, and then we're throwing it in the microwave. And that plastic is going to seep into your food. And if you are putting leftovers in plastic, make sure it's cold first, because then you're a little bit safer. And crock pot liners, do not line your crock pot with something. Just go ahead and spray it with some avocado oil, and you might have to use a little elbow grease to get it clean. But these crock pot liners they have been studied, and they have been known to have cancer-causing agents in them. The best is going to be glass, it's going to be parchment paper, and it's also going to be silicone. So you can find a lot of silicone storage and glass storage. Glass storage is great because then you can heat it up in the container once it's cool. So the next offender is going to be our water. And so we're going to move on to water. And again, we've got a lot of heavy metals and bad things in our water. And so most bottled water is tap water, minimally filtered. So you've got to really, if you're going to be buying bottled water, my go-to is going to be spring water in a glass bottle, because then you're going to be getting your minerals from the spring. So, if you are going to buy bottled water in plastic, make sure that it is coming from a natural source and highly filtered, and that you don't get the bottles really heated up. Some people leave bottled water in their car, and not a good idea, because once that heats up, then all that's going to get into you. And we do see now that a lot of these companies are going to BPA-free bottles, but you still can see that those bottles are not, they're so thin. I mean, it's like, have you ever tried to open a bottle of water and it's so thin you have to hold it, and then it's gushes out all over you. So our water from our taps are full of chlorine, fluoride, aluminum, pharmaceuticals. And again, remember, our skin is not a barrier. So we are absorbing all those chemicals. And as they come out of the warm shower, it's also creating a vapor that you're inhaling. So my suggestion is a filter on your shower head. You can buy a filter for your bath, for your tap. You can do all home filtration systems. You can do reverse osmosis systems. So there are ways around it that are not going to break the bank as well. So what can we do? Let's figure out a couple of solutions. I'm going to run through these fairly quickly because I want to end on one thing that's going to be really, really super helpful. So my favorite go-to to find out how toxic things are is the EWG.org. And they have a healthy living app, and you can actually input items, you can, search items. And, that's a really good way to see what's actually in the products that you're using, no matter if they're household, if they're beauty. Like I said, the food, they have the Clean 15, Dirty Dozen. Limit your processed foods because those are going to be really, really high in genetically modified seed oils. And, use an organic dry cleaner. They're all over the place now. Make sure that your water is clean. Getting back to the beauty products, you can download the Think Dirty app. You can download the Yucca app. There's a lot of things that will help you now to make better choices in what you can do. There also are house plants. So when we were talking about, spring cleaning your house, maybe consider putting a couple of really good air cleaning house plants. The snake plant, the spider plant, philodendrons, bromeliads, peace lilies. All of those are really, really great for cleaning your air. You can also put in a lavender plant, and that's going to help just keep your mind clean as well because it's very detoxifying. So given all this that we've talked about, you've met the toxins, we've talked about what they are, we're talking about solutions and what you can do. So what happens when your rain barrel is full? There's actually, I think, a couple of podcasts. If you go to YouTube, the Reinvented Life Network, Hello, Your Health is Calling, you can actually search out a lot of podcasts that I've done in the past that talk about detoxifying. And when I talked earlier about our rain barrels, our body is basically a rain barrel, and we're filling it up and filling it up and filling it up. And once it gets too full, it's going to overflow. And what happens when we overflow? That's when these symptoms start occurring, right? So when I talk about symptoms, it could be anything from all of a sudden you're breaking out. Your hair is, you've got hair loss. You've got brain fog. You're gaining weight when you're doing all the right things. You've got maybe some inflammatory issue coming about. Maybe your joints are starting to ache. You've got kind of a blah kind of feeling every day. You've got maybe a little more anxiety than you used to. So a lot of these are signs that your rain barrel is getting really full. And if you do not empty your rain barrel from time to time, then it will overflow. So by doing some of the things that I talked about earlier in the podcast, those are really a great help. There's also a podcast about the de-stress protocol, and that is something that you might want to look up or email me at support@helloyourhealthiscalling, and I'll make sure you get that because that's a really good way at just keeping your rain barrel a little bit down so that you don't get that overflow. But what I want to talk about for the last couple minutes of this is about a functional medicine detox. This is one of the number one things that I can recommend that you do for your body and for your health, for your overall health. This is a thing that Dr. Cabral has formulated. It helped him get healthy. It helped me get healthy. I went through a period of time, that's why I found integrative health, that my health was deteriorating and I wanted to do something without pharmaceutical intervention. And so if you think about your liver, it's your largest detox organ, and it's designed to filter the toxins. That's why that's its sole job. But it's never been designed to keep up with what we're putting into it on a daily basis and all the harmful chemicals that we just simply can't get away from. Like I said earlier, we're kind of behind the eight ball. And it has some really great things. So it's literally a 7, 14, or 21 day. 21 days is the ultimate. It's my high recommendation. You do 21 days of this detox twice a year, and you will more than likely be symptom free. So unless you've got some really big root cause situation going on, but what does it do? There's detoxes that are sold over the counter every single day. It's a multi-billion dollar thing out in the world. We've got all sorts of influencers telling you that this detox is the best and this detox is the best. But I wanted to go over this functional medicine detox really quick. And how does it do it? What do we use in this detox? We use everything from the earth. So you've heard of psyllium husk, you've heard of broccoli seed extract, chlorella, milk thistle seed extract. All of these things are included, and I was just going to show you this box because this is how your detox comes. And it's just a really easy, simple thing. And you've got 2 supplements that are in it, and they're all traditional Chinese medicine or Ayurvedic herbs. So there's nothing, it's like fruit extracts, lots of ginger root, turmeric, all the things, the detoxification things, glutathione, L-glutamine, vitamin C, selenium, just everything that's made from the earth that's going to be very beneficial to detoxing your body. And then it also comes with, a nutrition powder so that we make sure that you're getting all the vitamins and nutrition that you need during your detox. But doing a functional medicine detox is not the same as doing a bowel detox or going in and just doing colonics every now and then, because it's not cleaning out your digestive system. What it is it's giving your body what it needs to, number 1, clean up on the cellular level, and number 2, to give your liver the break, because it does come with a bit of a diet. So you're going to be eating just all whole food. You're not going to be eating any processed foods. And it's a system that's going to give your liver the break that it needs from all of the abuse that we give it and all of the stuff that comes in on a daily basis that we cannot avoid. And at the end of your detox, your liver is going to be in the shape it needs to be in to keep you healthy. It's a really great, if you're prone to allergies or, getting that cold or flu every season, this is a great way to keep your immune system at its highest, because your immune system starts with your liver. And if your liver is not clean and healthy, then your immune system is not going to be healthy. So we really need to give our liver some love, and it's super simple. And I do actually have a detox course. You can go through it. It's at yourgutacademy.com, and you can actually do this on your own, but I'm with you every step of the way with videos and education and things. But what I really, it's spring cleaning season, so what I'd really love to do is encourage you to take a look at, how you want to live the rest of your life, and remembering that your health is not a hobby. We have one body, we have one system. I'll start tomorrow is not a strategy. It's called procrastination. And I am probably a number 1 procrastinator. So I'm right there with you. If you think that Monday's the day to start, or I'll do it tomorrow because today I have a party to go to, there's never going to be that perfect time. So the nice thing about working with an integrative health practitioner is I meet you where you are. and I can help you strategize and get to that super healthy, vital way of living that you want to do. I don't think that I've ever heard anybody say, oh, I only want to live to be, in my 60s. I think that most of us really want that longevity so that we can enjoy our children, our grandchildren, our nieces, nephews, whatever you've been blessed with, and to live that life full of vitality and be able to move. So, knowing that your health is not a hobby and knowing that you may be having symptoms that is saying your health is calling, please answer and please reach out. You can find any of these any of these podcasts on YouTube at Hello, Your Health is Calling. Please subscribe, so you'll never miss any of these. Again, your health is not a hobby. I can't say it enough. If your health is calling you, please answer. So thanks for giving me your time today. Enjoy the rest of your day and your spring cleaning.
Thank you for tuning in to another empowering episode of Hello, Your Health is Calling with Sue Kostick. Remember, your health journey is ongoing, and we're here to support you every step of the way. If you have any questions, insights, or stories to share, don't hesitate to reach out. You can connect with us on social media or call in live at 888-994-4995 Studio A. Together, we're transforming lives and embracing holistic well-being. Until next time, prioritize your health and remember, your health is calling.